if this cheesesteak isn't good, I'm still going to give it a good rating because this experience has been 10 out of 10. I've been looking for a spot to park for like, oh, speaking of, apologize for the sound. I'm under 95. I may have to. Oh, it's dripping. Oh, you know I love a drip. I've been looking for a spot to park for like 5 or 10 minutes, and it's still piping hot. Piping hot. And then on top of that, the experience in the store, first of all, I didn't even know South Philly had little strip malls like that. I felt like I was in, like, I don't know, the Beverly Hills of South Philly. But then you walk into this store and it is very South Philly. And I have to add, I have complained. Actually, sometimes I think I might edit out the complaints because the last thing I want to do is bust a guy's balls is just trying to get through the workday. However, I do have to say, most of the time you go into places and let's just say the customer service is less than adequate. I'm not one. I don't need the red carpet rolled out for me. I'm just the kind of guy who, like, hey, if I'm giving you my business, at least, like, be a little, like, excited to take my money. I always feel like I'm a burden to people. The experience at Gooey's was anything but. I've mentioned before, I feel a little obnoxious walking into places, filming and stuff, and I try my best, like, not to get people in it. Dude noticed I was filming and moved things out of the way so I could get a better picture.
There you go.
Oh, sweet. Thank you very much.
Oh, we got the Eagles ring in here, too.
No way. Is that you? Oh, that's awesome.
The sweetest little lady was behind the counter. She reminded me exactly of my grandmother. At one point, the dude cooking, he seemed to be the guy running the show, came around the counter, put his hand around her, I don't know, offered some words of encouragement. I don't know what it was. It's a Monday. It was just like, you know, this little family place. They had an arcade. And on top of that, they had a picture of Bill Grenier and his friend Ed Heffron. They were in Band of Brothers, both South Philly guys. Actually, I don't know if Ed Heffron was South Philly, but they were both from Philly for sure. Bill Grenier was South Philly, and I remember that because he actually came to my school and talked when I was in like 7th or 8th grade. And I swear, I was probably the only kid in my grade watching Band of Brothers. I was the only kid in my grade that was like as big as a history nerd as I was. And that was like, you would have thought Joe Montana came in to speak. I was just in awe. And yeah, there was a picture of him in there. So that was very cool. Man, first of all, we got some super sausage here. A bit of that is my fault, I'll admit, because I was driving around. So it was just dripping. But can you just see how much meat is on this thing? We're about to bib it up. Got the big old bib from the baby shower. I'm having a daughter, by the way. I don't know how many people know that. I don't know if I ever announced that on my channel. But that's neither here nor there. It's cheesesteak time. Would you please just acknowledge the greatness of this? So again, I'll mention, I'm biased going into this, but I don't think it's going to disappoint.
That is just a meat lover's dream. Chopped up so fine and thin, and the meat is just booming.
So I'm 2 bites in, still haven't gotten any bread. Nope, got a little nibble right there. Got a little nibble of bread, 2 bites in. 3 bites in, no bread. That last one was a bit by choice, but it was a good choice because it's going to give me a good corner coming up. And an amateur would have went for the bread on that bite, and a bunch of meat would have spilled out, but I ain't no amateur, dog. Oh, another thing I liked, I said, whatever you guys typically do. What do you typically do? Whiz, or he cut me off? No whiz, American or provolone. And I like that, you know? I didn't go to a hoagie shop to create my own, you know? I want to be fed. The choice between American and provolone is a matter of taste. The choice between American and whiz is a matter of style. First of all, Gooey lives up to his name. Maybe that's part of it. I don't know. But they got it wrapped up in this tinfoil. It stays super hot. Gets the bread nice and soft. They need to patent their sandwich heating system because I've never had a sandwich this hot for this long. I will say it is a meat lover's dream. If you like more meat and less cheese, this is your perfect cheesesteak. I'm not the biggest meat lover, so I could do with a little less meat. However, for the value you get, I could make this into 3 meals because they give you so much meat, which I respect. So the price of $11, I appreciate that. I'm going to go 8.9. 8.9. I'm giving it an 8.9. Experience, 10 out of 10. If you're a meat lover, this is it. Yeah, this is my #1 Philly experience cheesesteak so far. And that's a review, baby. I think this is a 9-1. I can't stop eating it.